The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the August 7th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. You know, I make that statement each day, and it really is, and I'm just going to simply go back to it because, you know, I was thinking about the questions, the callers that we've had all week long, and thank you to each of you that take the time to call into the show. It makes it more enjoyable, I think, I know it does for me, I think for the overall audience, and you're typically asking a question that somebody else has. And so I was just thinking back to Mark's question in Massachusetts earlier in the week out here. I was thinking about that last night or early this morning while I was running or something, and it was just really tying it into. It's really my philosophy. I do believe that it's really important to be a pioneer of your future, not a prisoner of your past. And I think it nowhere is it as important as it is inside the stock market. And what that means is that, you know, each day we're given, in each minute, quite frankly, we're given new information. And so you don't want to be married to yesterday's call because yesterday's call was yesterday's information. Is there new information presented that changes the outlook out here? And you know, when I take a look at different patterns out there, whether it's a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern to sell the D point of the A to B equals CD, you know that I'm always looking for that piece of information, which is a bullish or bearish reversal candle, whether it's a top or it's a bottom out there. And so often what I do here is people becoming a prisoner of their past. And so you've got to let that information go, take the new information, and retake a look at the charts out there. So I just thought I would pass that along because of these philosophies, you know, that I like to share with you. I really, they're, in my opinion, they're extraordinarily valuable, and they are the things that help us to set us apart in being able to read the market. So let's get to the markets out here. First of all, I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. More importantly, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So you can give us a call at 877-927-6648. And if you can't call in, like 7 or 8 other listeners, you can go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. And inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And of course, in our Tigers Den, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we've got a mixed bag out here, a mixed bag with 2 of the indices, the Russell and the transports being to the upside. 1% in the Russell, nearly 2% in the transports out here. So let's go take a look at the strong indice and see what kind of signal it's generating for us on a short-term time frame. So we're just simply going to go take a look at our 30-minute time frame out here. And the strong indice, here's what we can see. We can see when we take a look at the Russell 2000, that this has generated a TD 9-count top. It did it before we came on the show, right at 1 o'clock. That was the bar following bar number 9. I've also got it with a Chapman wave, 7th wave move out there. That's letter G. But nonetheless, we've got a valid topping pattern on a 30-minute time frame in the indice that's moving the high. Is one of the strongest. I'm not looking at the transports out here. So of the core 4, this is suggesting that price is going to pull back. Well, if the strong dog is pulling back, then we should really see the weaker dogs out here today. The S&P, the Nasdaq, the Dow. Pull back. So that's the current setup, and we'll get back to the current setup, but we do have that call ahead seating out here. So let's go to Scott in Colorado Springs. Scott, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Good, Steve. How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much for asking. And CHW, is that Robinson Worldwide? I can't remember if that's
Camping World.
Camping World. Camping World. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So CHW. And are you a big camper yourself?
I'm not. I do have a motor home, but I don't do a lot of camping since I've had other life issues. But I do have a camper.
Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. So this is, so I've got CHW as Calamos Global Dynamic Income Fund. I must not have the right.
I'm sorry, CWH.
Wait, nope.
I guess I'm dyslexic sometimes too.
No, that was me. That was me that had the dyslexia there. So let's try to get it right here. Okay, Camping World Holdings. So tell us what you're doing and how I can help you.
I caught it, I think, perfectly. I entered short at 39.85.
Nice. Well, 39.50.
Yeah, that was the daily OUL yesterday.
Yeah.
And I see it going down and possibly testing the 2609.
Yeah, that would be its target. Yeah, that's its target. That's the TD9 breakout level of 2609. The reason why that really becomes your target today, specifically, Scott, is there is a new piece of information that was presented to you. That was the daily profile, and that formed today. And the bottom of that box, which is where buyers are lined up, is priced at 33.77. And you're already you've blown through that. You're at 30.93 right now. So a key level of support that formed today has failed. It's a valid. I'm not using my advanced Doppler system or anything like that. So it's a real profile level. So that says that the next level of support, as you identified it, is that TD9 count breakout area, and that's at the 2609. And if price moves below that, well, the daily time frame would say 1756. Now, let's take a look at the weekly time frame chart here for you, see what we know. Well, this on a weekly basis looks like you're going to get a TD9 count on a weekly time frame as well. So that's positive. Now, this is suggesting that you could find support at 29.24. That is the weekly Stevie Green line or oscillator unchanged line. So I'd be watching that 29-ish and change area out there. Obviously, on a weekly basis, if you get it closed below that, that would be beneficial to being on the short side. And then you're looking to see if price can bust through that 2609 level. I don't have anything on a monthly time frame to assist you, but you've got the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, price below your first key level of support, the bottom of that profile. So yeah, 2609 looks very nice.
Fantastic. Thanks. It's always good to hear that you see the same thing.
You bet. Thanks for calling in, and have a great day. That was Scott in Colorado Springs, and that is a nice place to go do some camping out here. So now let me go back to the markets, because we were just simply taking a look at we're looking at the Russell 2000, since that was the lead dog out here. And my contention is, if that's top, which we've got valid topping signals out there, and then the other indices ought to move lower as well. So let's go take a look at the week indice today, and that's the NQ. So as we pull over, and this is the 30-minute time frame here for the NQ. Let's see what we see on it. This formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top back last evening, and now you can see, you can call it an A to B equals CD to the downside. We're not going to. I'm not going to. And we can see that price has broken through its first key level of support, its breakout area of support, and that was 11,161. So it looks to me like price is targeting its next breakout level, and that's at 11,073. So what we saw in the Russell 2000, pulling back or moving to lower price, should send the NQ down to its next level of support, 11,073. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to hit that area, but that is its next target. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So the chart on the screen right now is the September contract for high-grade copper. And from one of our denners, Ruby, who is short copper. What you can see here on a weekly basis, Ruby, is that price formed a TD9 count pattern, and it did it right at the TD9 resistance level, 2.9635. You can also see that Stevie's red line turned green about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And what that tells us is that price and that level is going to catch up to each other. Currently, Stevie's green line is printing at 270. That number is going to change slightly. Your question was, should you stay with the trade to the short side? Well, the weekly chart is telling you that price wants to pull back. I gave you what that level is. Here is the daily time frame out here, and prices run right back to a little rising trend line. And price is in the center of its daily profile. There's a screen on the very left-hand side. It's neither a bullish or a bearish structured profile. You've got a trend line support level. Your question is, should you go ahead and take profits on some portion or half of your position out there? Well, you've got a trend line here that would certainly support that decision-making process. If we come over, so now you've got the daily and the weekly. If I take a look at a 30-minute time frame for you to see if there's some kind of signal out here, some kind of bottoming signal, the answer is there's not. You did get a hammer candle. So there's an A to B equals CD pattern that I could draw in here on a 30-minute basis. So you can see that. So the answer would be, yeah, there's a potential of a bottoming signal. But really, you need to see price close above Stevie's red line. That's currently at 281, 282, in order to suggest that there's some type of rally, bottom, counter trend rally, whatever it might be out here. So you don't have the short-term signals suggest otherwise, but you're thinking of going ahead and taking half your position off. Then because price is hitting that trend line that you're taking a look at on the daily time frame, I'd go for it. You know, no bad decision there. So I hope that helps you out. Let's get to we've got many other questions out here, so let's see if we can get through all of these. That is the intention. So the first one is coming from LB, and Lee writes in. He wants to take a look at. He wants to take a look at WRTC. Now, did we do this yesterday, WRTC? I don't recall. It's Wrap Technologies. I'm going to assume that we didn't do Wrap Technologies out here yesterday, and if we did, my apology. I'm just trying to pick up some of the things from yesterday. So looking for an entry point, and it's long-term hold. So if you're looking for an entry point, Here's what you're dealing with from a profile standpoint. Only the daily and weekly come into play out here. It prices right back, testing the bottom of its daily profile, 971. So it could be a possible place to enter. But we can also see on a weekly basis, it's going to be our second week below a bearish structured weekly profile and second week below the center of that profile. And you're saying, Lee, you want a long-term position. So long-term, what this is really suggesting to you where 684 would be the price level that you would be looking at. Let's pull over. Well, let me get the charts going here first. WRTC, just on my other charts, just to see if we can find any kind of signals, any kind of bottom, top, whatever it might be. And so here's the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, price is telling us that 895 is the breakout level. So, and I don't have any kind of a bottoming signal out here, so I'd be watching 895 as a level of support. But I'm going to go with the weekly time frame, Lee, because it's a weekly that you're most interested in. Did we form? And you got a TD9 count top, and price is below Stevie's green line right here. So closing below that on a weekly basis suggests lower price. So we're going to suggest that on WRTC that you keep your hands in your pockets out here and wait for this to pull back into the 684. One of the ways you'll know that that's going to happen is certainly a close below the bottom of its profile will assist with that, and that's at 971. Thanks for waiting an extra day on that. The Golf Guy wrote in, and the Golf Guy wanted to take a look at ticker symbol PSO, I believe, PSO. So let's go see what that is. That's Pearson's Spawns ADR out here. Yikes. If you have time, can you plug symbol PSO into your system to see where it is headed to short-term? Education Publishing Company. Man, this thing has got so many gaps in here. And unless this is a currency-related thing, it's a psycho stock. And even if it is a currency-related thing, then Golf Guy, you've got a ton to manage here. So, but you're asking, what do my tools show? So PSO, let's go take a look at this for you, see if I can help you to identify support and resistance. One level of support would be 716, another 744. And those are based on the daily and weekly timeframes. Those are profile levels. And price ran into resistance at 789. That's the top of the monthly profile out there. Here is the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame's got a nice wave, number 7, letter G. Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. This is suggesting it wants to move to 856 out there. But look at the daily time frame. What does Stevie have here? The only additional support level I could give to you would be 741 out there. And real quickly over on the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame also shows a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern out here. So back to the daily. You wanted to see what this looks like. If you're looking to get into it, wait for price to get back to Stevie's green line in the 741 area, 741 to 716. That would be really 741 because the top of that weekly box is 744. So that would be the range to be looking at. But I know it's an education stock. What I don't want this to do is give you a bad education. And I just don't like the way that daily chart looks with all of those gaps there. There's something else I would need more time to investigate it than I currently have at the moment. I just want to make sure I get through all of these questions out here. Let's take a look at Michael P. writes in and says, do you think Disney will fill the gap? So let's go see what gap Michael is referring to. My guess is he referring to the gap that formed a few days ago on August the 5th out here. Well, let's take a look at the Disney stock charts out here. First, we know price is trading above the daily and the weekly profile, 126.83, close above that. Says breakout above resistance, and that breakout level could take Disney all the way up to 153.41. That is the top of its monthly profile. So that's the profile perspective out here. Let's go see if there's any other signals inside of Disney, daily, weekly, or monthly. On a daily basis, today's going to be bar number 6 of a TD9 count. This is suggesting this bottom, by the way, with the TD9 count back here on July the 30th. So if you were wondering, was there any clue that Disney might gap to the upside? Well, it had a valid bottoming pattern right before its breakout support level at the 112 level. And so the answer is yeah. Now where's price headed to? Likely 342.99. 342.99 is its breakdown level. You'll want to watch price over the course of the next 4 trading sessions out there. That's going to be bar number 6, and there can be a TD9 count pattern that could form before that 342.99. So maybe Michael's going to fill the gap, but right now it's saying that it wants to move to higher ground. If I look at the weekly time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart is taking out the TD9 count high from the week of June the 5th out there. That's bullish, and that suggests that Disney wants to make a run for 148.65. If we take a look at the monthly time frame chart, prices above Stevie's green line at 126.25. That just supports the original conclusion that we came up with, which was 153.41 is its target. So your question to me specifically is, will it fill the gap? And my answer is, I don't know. But what we do know is that Disney wants to move higher. At least that's the message of the stock charts as we speak right now. Michael, thanks for waiting an extra day on that. I hope that that helps you out with regard to Disney. We get back from this break. Let's go check on ticker symbol here, LSCC. And this is from Sharath. And that is Lattice Semiconductor. Trade right now at $29.99. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 37, S&P 8, and the NASDAQ 156 points right now. Let's go back to Lattice Semiconductor, LSCC, for Sharath, who's looking for a long-term entry into this position. So right now, Shara, the daily time frame shows that price is trading below support. That's the bottom of its daily profile out there. So 30.35 is the bottom of that daily profile. A second close on Monday below that would be suggesting lower price. Now, here's the kicker. Right now, price is pulled back and below the bottom of a daily profile, but that's also happens to be the top of the weekly profile. The top of the weekly profile is 29.98. It's trading at 29.91. 29.99, 1 penny. You gotta love it. So on a weekly basis, you're more interested in the intermediate term time frame. So far, support is held, but if price can get below 29.99 and do it today even, then you might be looking at 25.95 to 27.96. On a monthly basis, support is down at $14, so we won't really go there. If it got down to $14, you might not want to buy it. You might want to, but you might not want to, if you know what I mean. If we go take a look at the other charts here, look for some topping signals, other levels of support. We can see wave number 7, letter G out here, price below the bottom of that daily profile. So on a daily basis, price may be coming back to 22.84. 22.84 would be a number to be looking at on the daily time frame. The weekly chart out here, now on a weekly basis, looks like you're going to get bar number 9 of a TD9 count pattern. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator topping signal because you've got a bearish engulfing session. And this is suggesting at least to move back to 29.35. Now, price is going to have to get below that 29.99 level. I think that was the, or 29.98, the top of that weekly profile. But really, if you're looking for an intermediate term time frame chart based on the daily and weekly topping signals out here, I'm going to suggest that you wait. And let's see if price gets below 29.35, which would then suggest 25.95 as a possible. So you got 25.95 and you got 22.84 as your two likely areas or your general area to consider taking a long position. Of course, we'd want to take a look at what's going on in the chart patterns as price was getting back there. On a monthly basis, I've got wave number 7, that's letter G. So you've got each of the charts out here, daily, weekly, and monthly, with valid topping signals, each suggesting a retracement. So you've got the ranges, and should price continue to pull back, Sharathan, let's come take a look at what the stock charts are telling us as price moves back into that area. So yes, these stock charts do look great, but that's why we use those other patterns and other signals with patterns that are present when markets are making tops. They're not present at every single top, it's just or bottom. It's just that when they're present, we pay attention to them because they assist us. Zephin writes in, hey, Zephin, nice to hear from you. Wants to take a look at booking holdings out there, BKNG, and you've got a long position in booking holdings out here. So you're looking for a good exit spot. So you're long booking holdings out here. Price is back inside its daily profile, and the top of which was 1770.55. You're at 1758 right now, Zephin. This would suggest that price. No, let me see here. This also looks like it may have tested. No, it didn't test exactly. I was looking at the swing point from June 8th, so it didn't get all the way up there. It doesn't matter. If price doesn't close today above 1770.55, and certainly again on Monday, then what booking holdings is suggesting, Zephin, is a pullback to 1643 to 1669. I don't know if that creates a problem for you. It doesn't create a problem on the weekly chart to get back to those levels because that still would be way above the top of its weekly profile. And price is inside its monthly profile. Let's go look at my other charts out here. Let me get this ticker symbol BKNG. So let's get that going and get things populated and see if we can identify some other type of signal for you. I'm just continuing to read the message. Okay, so let's pull the stock chart over here right now. Let's take a look at the, we're on the monthly. Nothing here on the monthly to help us. The price is consolidated between support and resistance. TD9 resistance, TD9 support, 1245 to 2162. Let's go look at the weekly chart out here. What's the weekly chart telling us? Weekly chart is looking good as long as price remains above 1610.29. So there's no kind of a sell signal there on the weekly, and on the it's really the daily. And it's this consolidation pattern. So this little gap to the downside out here, Zephin, on June the 9th, that falling window, that gap to the downside, that confirmed the Rhodes momentum indicator pattern out here. So that high still appears to be a real resistance area. So, but and you're back inside the profile. Here's the deal. As long as price stays above 1726.15, it's bullish. So you're really in really neutral territory out here, and you're looking for a place to, to exit. For me, I need a failure. I need to see a failure because this could just be a pullback into a retracement into support, again, being 1726 or so out there. So, that's – but at this stage here, I'd expect at least that pullback to that 17, anywhere between 1601 to 1726. So I hope that helps you out. Zephan, good to hear from you. Thanks so much for writing in. Say hello to your father for me. Let's take a look at Mike H. writes in, and Mike wants to take a look at VRTX. So let's just start with the white background charts out here. We've got a couple of minutes to go. And you're currently in a winning position. Perfect. Thank you. Great. Congratulations. You're interested in the daily and weekly TAS support levels. So okay, let's and the oscillator and change line area. So, but let's give you what you asked for. Let's get the daily, weekly, and monthly support levels for you. Again, this is for ticker symbol VRTX, Vertex Pharmaceuticals out here, and the daily. It's a bullish structured daily profile. That's the good news. The bad news is price is been below it for 3 trading sessions. That is including today out here. So that's suggesting lower price. That bottom of that profile is 275.37. So where's lower price? Profile-wise, it could be just 265.76, the bottom of its weekly profile. And price with inside a brand new monthly profile formed for the month of August, support at 208.33, resistance at 284. So let's take a look at my other charts, see what kind of signals we have out here. Again, this is telling us the daily suggesting at least a pullback to 265.76. So let's go take a look at the daily. The daily here, you could see some type of little, I'll call it a counter trend move up to Stevie's red line. So here's what I want you to notice, Michael. A few days ago, my green line turned red. That tells us the price oscillator is now below zero. When we see that change color, there's usually a catch-up between the line and price. Doesn't tell us how that catch-up takes place. Price moving up into it, the line moving down. But what you're looking for is you're looking for a test. And a test and rejection there, Michael, would tell you that price should pull back to 256.01. 256.01 is the breakout level. You can see it was tested and rejected back on May 27th, so it's a solid level. If price were to close below that, then you're looking at 209.43. So you're currently in a winning position. The daily suggesting a further pullback. And if you get that test and rejection of that red line, then the 256.01 is really game on for you. On that weekly basis, that's got the Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping the pattern out here. 265.76, that support. Anything below that, that's telling you 222 for the weekly time frame. And on the monthly time frame, what do I have out here? I don't have any kind of a topping pattern or signal. I've just got a valid TD9 count. Price is not taken out there. It's not close above the high of that TD9 count. So everything looks to me, Michael, like Vertex Pharmaceuticals wants to pull back. The question is, will those support levels hold? And that's something I don't know, but hope all of that helps you out. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 19, S&P's off 3, NASDAQ 100 down 134 points. So Mike in Niagara Falls writes in and asks if I could post this chart here again, something I did a few weeks ago. This is the chart of the analog between the Dow from 1929 and the current Dow. So the very top hand half of this chart here is the 1929 Dow. Now you might be saying, hey, Steve-O, this is what I would say. How can you show 1929 and tie it into the current year? That's very easy. What I did was I just simply took the 1929 data and I moved it forward so that the bottom, which formed with the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, by the way, back in 1929, matched up with our March 2020 lows. And so now you're looking at the exact analog, day by day, high, open, close, the TD9 counts, the Chapman wave counts, Stevie's green line, breakout, breakdown levels out here. And so to put it in perspective with regard to a correlation, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this is what Mike wanted to understand. If the 1920 correlation is going to tie into the 1930 correlation, well, then the Dow wouldn't top until September 15th of 2020 out here. That would be the equivalent date in perspective of time bars out here as to when the high came in the Dow, and then price moved lower into 1932 out there. And that's a pattern that could most certainly repeat out there. So, Mike, that's the chart that you were looking for. I hope that helps you out. Thanks for writing in, and have a great weekend. Pat S. writes in, how low do you think silver will go? Where's a good place to buy some on this pullback? So let's go take a look at the silvery haired one out here and see what it's doing. So here is the September contract for silver. What do we know? We do know, you can see the A to B equals CD pattern here that has a price projection, this next level, at the 31.39 area. That's the 1 to 2 level. But today's candle, as Pat has appropriately, I'm sure, picked out, because he's asking how low can it go, is a dark cloud cover candle. Now, dark cloud cover, if you take a look at 2 candle reversals, this happens to be one of them. There's basically 5 of them that you would use out here. And of the 5, this is with 0 being the weakest and 5 being the strongest. This is basically, well, let's say 1 being the weakest and 5 being the strongest. This is a number 2. So it's kind of a weakish, if you will, reversal candle. It's still a reversal candle, and I still use it. So this is signaling that there is a potential of a top in place inside of silver. The issue, why would I say potential? Well, the reason I have to say potential is because price is above all levels of support out here. And so you're asking, where could silver pull back to? Well, the normal pullback would just be to test Stevie's green line. Currently, Pat, that's priced at 26.04, and that is on the daily time frame. Now let's go take a look at the weekly time frame for silver, see if there's any signals out here. I can look at it right now and see there's not, so I'm not going to do that for you. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame here. Now, in the case of silver, the key level to be watching is 27.72. We're trading right now at 27.68. Really close, 4 pennies. We're not going to, get our skirt in a tizzy over this. But closing below 27.72, 2 bars in a row, is going to suggest that there is the potential for a Gartley cell. Now, that Gartley cell has changed. Let me draw the new one in because of the spike during the jobs report number. So here's what that new this is what I'm going to use here. This is what that new A to B equals CD pattern would look like. So here are the levels for a potential Gartley buy pattern. So, Pat, if you're looking, you're more intraday type trader or what have you, 2701, 2647, 2578, that's the area that you'd prefer to see it, the 1 to 1.618, A to B equals CD pattern. And then what you'll be looking for is some type of bullish reversal candle, a set of profiles to help you out. So, and I'm looking at an intraday chart. So as price were to get down there, you and I would have to look at this for some type of signal. But the daily is certainly suggesting a pullback, and the 30-minute could be as well for you. And you're asking, to pull back to where. Let me just come back over here real quickly. When I say come back over here, we haven't been there. But I just want to pull up the charts, make sure there's no new profile, no new profiles. So there's really, support is the first level of support that we've got is going to be on that daily time frame, and that's at that 2604 area. And so you're just going to have to monitor that along with what's going on a short-term time frame chart to look for a possible entry into silver out there. With regard to Goldilocks, let me just, even though you didn't ask about it, there are probably questions out there as well. And so gold here right now is confirming a 1 to approximately 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the upside. You got your key reversal and bearish engulfing session today. But here again, a price has not broken through support. Its first level of support is 2016, 2016.4 right now. Skip the points because that price is going to go up and down. But a close below 2016 would suggest lower price. Now, lower price to where inside of gold? Well, inside of gold, what we'd be looking at, where are its profiles? Yikes. 1823, so we're not going to use that because we could use that, but we're not going to use that. 1831, geez. So in the case of gold, so this gets back to the question about silver. We got to really keep an eye on gold or hope that a new profile forms out there, because if there is a close below 2016, there's not a lot to stop it to the downside. That is Goldilocks, and that, of course, was also silver out there. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks so much for writing in. WE, that's Wayne. He writes in and says, thoughts on a bottom for Tesla today and thoughts on SHOP today and the next week. Well, let's just take a look at what the markets are communicating to us. On Tesla, TSLA, whoops, I didn't want to do that. Shoot, that was the gold contract. That should have been the, where are we at? I'll come back to it later. Screw it. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. I wasn't really paying attention to where I was at on my screens. And so here we've got these 3 time frames. So let's put in Tesla TSLA out here. And in Tesla is, your asked question was thoughts on a bottom. Well, price is trading below the thoughts of the bottom right now on a daily basis. 1456.80 is the bottom of a bullish structured daily profile. So a close below that today, Wayne, and then a close below it on Monday would suggest that lower prices are coming at you inside of Tesla. Now, profile-wise, 1136.37 is the top of its weekly profile. The bottom only shows 948.19, and you don't see a center. The center is also at the bottom of 948.19. That's your strong support area. But let's go see if on Tesla we've got any other information off of my other charts to assist you. But as far as a bottom right now, it is below the level that you wanted as a bottom, that level of support being the bottom of its daily profile. Again, that's just a one one bar, and so you just never know on these one bar wonders whether that is meaningful or not. You know that on the second bar. If there is a second close below the bottom of that profile, 1456, you're looking at 948.52 on the daily basis. That is where price broke out when we take a look at Tesla for its daily time frame. On the weekly time frame here for Tesla, what do we have? Not much, but it does suggest that price could easily pull back to 1,300. And on the monthly profile for Tesla, what do we have? Not much here either. So right now, the daily is signaling to you a further retracement, and we'd say that further retracement is to about the 1310-ish type area. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down to 64. So Wayne had also asked about Shopify. Shopify traded above the top of its daily, but traded right into and rejected the top of its weekly. So, and it's the second week doing that, Wayne. 1074.98 is that real resistance level out here. So let's go see if there's any kind of signals on the daily time frame while price was hitting the weekly resistance area, that teeting the top of its profile. And on the daily time frame, we've got wave number 7. That's letter G. We've got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Price is below Stevie's green line. This is suggesting a pullback in Shopify to about 935.14. That's an area that I'd be watching. On a weekly time frame, for Shopify. You've got a shooting star right now. I don't know if that is going to be the candle come day's end, but that is confirming a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, suggesting price to pull back to at least 974.22. That's its Stevie's oscillator and change line. That number's going to change, but again, the signal from the weekly is that price wants to move lower. No signal on the monthly time frame. It's a bit too early for that, but yeah, the daily is suggesting that Shopify wants to pull back. Now, it has a couple other levels of support. Those would be 928, 973, and 995, but I'll go with the 935, the breakout area for Shopify. We've got a question out here from Chuck. Chuck, gold is punching everyone in the nose today. What's your current technical outlook? So we covered gold out there, so this would have come in afterwards. So we got that. No reason to spend any time there. And the last one is from Vicky. Did I discuss natural gas? I did not. We've got about 15 seconds. Let's see if I can pull that off. Let me switch over to natural gas. Come on, Steve-O, you can get this done. I know you can. I know you can. With regard to natural gas out here, if we take a look at the daily time frame, the bigger picture looks to me like what natural gas wants to do, Vicky, is trade up to 239. That's the TD9 breakdown level. So that's what it looks like to me. And thanks for everybody that wrote in for requests, calls this week, the whole 9 yards. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours out there, and I will not see you on Monday. I'm going to record my portion on Monday between 8 and 8:30. Please join me early Monday morning. Have a great weekend.